Good evening and welcome back to Etown News. I'm Molly Finkin.
And I'm Katie Hartman. Pumpkin carving, Diwali celebration, and more coming up after this.
Visit the High Library today for a sneak peek at its brand new classification system. This summer, the High Library is turning over a new leaf. Librarians are working to reclassify books from the Dewey Decimal System to the Library of Congress system. The shift will increase browsability and make researching titles a breeze. Check out the sample display on the main floor of the library by the stairs.
It's no secret that college is a stressful time, but there are ways to make it easier. The chaplain's office is hosting a session to lend a hand. It's called Turtle Steps because sometimes it's best to take things slowly. This small group meeting aims to help you create a plan to move forward throughout the semester and school year. It's in NICARE 127 next Tuesday from 3:30 to 4:30. There's no shame in needing help, so stop by and learn more.
Gather with us to celebrate the work of Elizabethtown College Fine Arts Professor Milton Frailey. His show called Gather began October 4th and will continue to be displayed until December 14th. The art show is in Leffler Chapel on the Etown campus. Frailey's work is being displayed in the Lyett and McCormick galleries. Artist Milton Frailey discusses the dedication it took to put his show together.
This particular show, it's a little bit of a retrospective, and the oldest work in the show is from 1988, and the newest works are from 2025. And really it reflects my creativity while teaching here at Elizabethtown College for the past, into my 39th year.
Professor Frailey continues to remain an adjunct professor for the college despite the removal of the Fine Arts program. He continues to work hard and create inspiring pieces.
Looking for some fun Halloween plans? Look no further than Hershey Park in the Dark. Etown OSA is offering students discounted tickets for a night of local fun this Saturday. Tickets are non-refundable and cost $30 per person. Transportation, meals, and parking are not included in the ticket. To register or stay up to date on other upcoming events, follow at Etown OSA on Instagram. You can purchase a ticket using the link tree in their bio. Payment will appear as a charge to your student account. Students looking to pay in cash can contact Assistant Director of Student Activities, Brooke Hollinger.
This past Monday was Diwali. Diwali is a Hindu festival of lights. The celebration is dedicated to the goddesses Kali in Bengal and Lakshmi in the rest of India. The holiday honors the triumph of Dharma over Adharma, light over darkness, good over evil, and knowledge from over ignorance. Etown will be celebrating this holiday over the weekend. Sunday, head over to Hoover 110 at 7 p.m. to enjoy traditional food and flowers.
International students and Scholar Services and Engineers for a Sustainable World are hosting a pumpkin carving contest. Stop by the Bowers Fire Pit from 6 to 8 p.m. next Monday to show off your creativity. Tools, paper designs, and instructions will be provided. There are only 15 spots available. The event is first come, first serve, so make sure you arrive on time. If you're not interested in carving but still want to hang out, you can still come by. You can cook pumpkin cookies in the demo kitchen and wash it down with hot chocolate and cider. Now here's Logan Zimmerman with your weekly sports update.
Thanks, Molly. Etown Field Hockey brought home the wins recently. Last Wednesday, they blew Catholic out of the water with a 5-1 win. They remained dominant the whole game, scoring 1 goal in the first and second quarters and 2 goals in the third. Catholic attempted to come back in the final quarter, but were only able to score once. Freshmen Sophie Myers, Kaylee Noel, and Callie Hoy all scored 1 for Etown, while senior Drew Bridges scored 2. Cheer on the team again this Saturday at home in their match against Goucher. Unfortunately, women's volleyball has not had the same luck. The team lost both games in a doubleheader on Saturday. The first game was close at the beginning. The Blue Jays alternated the first 3 sets with Lycoming, but the Warriors took home the last 2 sets to seal the deal. The Blue Jays fell 3-2 despite the loss. Sophomore Lucy Stanek had an impressive 24 kills, and senior Angela Ouimet had a whopping 35 assists. In the second game of the day against Rowan University, the Jays weren't able to keep up. Rowan took 3 sets in a row for a win. Senior Angela Ouimet still managed to get 16 assists for the Blue Jays, even if they weren't able to take home the win. Wish women's volleyball better luck on Saturday against Wesleyan at 2 p.m. Etown women's cross country placed 17th out of 31 at the Rowan Interregional Border Battle on Saturday. Sophomore Addison Kleinel performed best out of the Blue Jays, coming in 33rd overall with a time of 22:36. She was followed by senior Gwen Young, who came in 111th. The men came in 20th out of 35 teams at the same meet. Junior Derek Kendig was top-placing Blue Jay. He moved up 5 spots in the last couple exhilarating minutes from 18th into the 13th. He finished with a time of 25:06. Junior Will Inglis also placed in the top 100 at 77th with a time of 26:12. Both men's and women's teams will run again in the Landmark Championships on November 1st. Women's soccer faced off in a close game against Lycoming on Saturday. Both teams shot back and forth with no score before one Lycoming goal in the last 30 minutes of the game. Etown wasn't able to match the goal, and the game ended with a final score of 1-0. Etown's goalie, sophomore Ella Smith, had 4 saves, only allowing 1 score from Lycoming. The women play again this Saturday afternoon at Goucher. Men's soccer also faced Lycoming on Saturday. The Warriors scored first, but the Blue Jays tied it up in the final minutes of the first period. The game remained close as the teams traded goals in the second period. However, Lycoming was able to score an unanswered goal in the last 10 minutes of the game, sealing their 3-2 victory. Freshman Shea Sporer and senior Jude Ashley made Etown's only goals. The men's team also plays at Goucher Saturday afternoon. The women's swim team opened their season with a win and a loss. The Blue Jays fell to Susquehanna, but bested Lycoming with multiple athletes placing in the top 3. Senior Kaylee Blair earned her first solo win of the season, finishing with a time of 2:05 in the 200 free. She also earned first in the 100 fly. Senior Emma Sabalaske took another first-place finish in the 200 IM as well as the 100 breaststroke. Cheer on women's swim this Friday against Immaculata and Goucher. The men's team also swam last Friday with the same result as the women. While falling to Susquehanna, they came out on top against Lycoming. Senior Leif Hoffman had the most Blue Jay wins of the night, coming in first in the 1,000 free and the 500 free. The Jays also placed second in the 200 medley relay with a time of 1:43. The men's team will be swimming again on Friday. In professional sports, Week 8 of the NFL season is officially in the books. The Steelers and Bengals kicked off the week with a Thursday night thriller that saw the Bengals sneak by with a 33-31 victory. Drake May and the New England Patriots continued their dominant season. They beat the Tennessee Titans 31-13 in Mike Vrabel's return to his former team. The Eagles barely held on against the Vikings but managed to win the game 28-22. In one of the biggest collapses in NFL history, the Denver Broncos beat the New York Giants 33-32. The Broncos hadn't scored all day until they put up 33 points in the fourth quarter in an impressive comeback victory. Micah Parsons had his breakout game with the Packers, tallying a career-high 3 sacks in their win over the Arizona Cardinals. The week concluded with 2 Monday night games which saw the Detroit Lions beat the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Seattle Seahawks defeat the Houston Texans. That's all for your sports this week. Now here's Jaime Gallick with your weekly weather report.
Thanks, Logan. It feels like fall is officially underway as temperatures continue to cool. Chilly morning lows mean it may soon be time to break out your winter coats. Today, Thursday the 23rd, will be partly cloudy. Expect a cool high of 58 and a chilly low of 39 in the early morning hours. The sun will finally make an appearance on Friday with a high of 57 and a low of 37. Partly cloudy weather will return on Saturday with a high of 57 and a low of 39. Sunday will remain mostly the same with a high of 57 and a low of 41. The partly cloudy weather will stick around for another day. Monday will be partly cloudy once again, but temperatures will slightly decrease. Expect a cool high of 51 and a low of 41. There is a high of afternoon showers on Tuesday with a high of 53 and a low of 45. And finally, Wednesday will continue the pattern with occasional showers and a high of 57 and a low of 43. That's it for this week's Weather Watch. I'm Jaime Gallick. Now back to Molly and Katie in the studio.
The Louvre will remain closed in the following days following a high-profile museum heist. Officials say a group of thieves stole priceless jewels shortly after the museum's opening last Sunday. Reports indicate the thieves rode a basket lift alongside the museum's exterior and forced a window to gain entry. 8 pieces of priceless jewelry belonging to the 19th century historical figures were taken. One object was recovered outside of the museum. Investigators say they are working with evidence found at the scene, including a motorcycle believed to have been used in the heist. The Louvre is currently undergoing a decade-long improvement plan that includes additional security measures. A series of No Kings demonstrations took place in the cities nationwide last Saturday. Large crowds of protesters gathered to rally against what they view as the government's descent into authoritarianism under President Donald Trump. Protesters gathered in Republican-led states and major cities across the U.S. and Pennsylvania. Protests in Harrisburg and other cities drew large crowds. Organizers say this is one of the largest single-day nationwide demonstrations in United States history. The Trump administration and the president himself responded to the protests in a series of tweets and public statements, shutting down accusations of tyranny. A massive worldwide internet disruption has been resolved. Internet users around the world were affected by an issue with Amazon Web Services on Monday. The issue began in the early morning hours as users noted glitches on a world range of online services. AWS provides cloud computing infrastructure to major organizations around the world, including social media, financial, and streaming platforms. Amazon representatives attributed the outage to an issue with its domain name system that converts web addresses into IP addresses. The issue was finally resolved just after 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, nearly 17 hours after the first issues were reported.
A new chapter has been written in the never-ending war between Hailey Bieber and Selena Gomez. In an interview with Wall Street Journal, Bieber said she doesn't feel competitive with people that she's not inspired by. Many assumed the vague wording was a reference to Gomez, her longtime nemesis. Gomez posted and quickly deleted an Instagram story asking fans to leave Bieber alone and that it doesn't affect her life whatsoever. Gomez also said it's about relevance, not intelligence, leading fans to believe this rivalry has no end in sight. Zack Snyder has sparked controversy following a cryptic social media post. The director took to Instagram to share an old photo of Henry Cavill in his Superman gear with the caption, "Henry Cavill is Superman." The simple post angered many fans who were offended as David Cornsweet is the most recent actor to portray the hero. Cornsweet starred in Superman, which released this past summer and underperformed compared to Man of Steel. Superman was directed by James Gunn, who formerly worked for Marvel before he was fired after disturbing tweets resurfaced. Kylie Jenner is turning heads following the release of her debut song, performing under the name King Kylie. The billionaire teamed up with Terror Jr. on the single Fourth Strike. It's a follow-up to Third Strike, which released by Terror Jr. in 2016, and starred Jenner in the music video. When asked if she plans to make more music in the future, she said she hopes so and would love to try.
That's all for this week, Jays. Be sure to follow us on Instagram and Facebook at ECTV40 for all the latest updates on our shows. I'm Katie Hartman.
And I'm Molly Finkin. Have a great week, and remember to
Take flight, Etown.